everybody. Today we are going to make our floppy salmon, and welcome back to Salmon Online. It's good to have you guys all back in my art room again. So super easy, super fun. The things that you're gonna need to make them are a pair of scissors, a pencil or a pen, depending how good you are, some type of tape or glue. You don't need it all, but these are just different options that you can work with. Your salmon can be any color you want. I'm gonna start with green because it's traditional. You can have a red salmon, a blue salmon. Remember, you're the artist, so you get to pick the colors. And we're gonna get started. So, regular piece of paper. We're gonna fold it down from one corner to the other. So we have a half kite, like this. See this part right here? We don't need this anymore, so we need to cut this off. But don't throw it in the garbage can because you might want to use it later to finish your project. Great. You should have something that looks like this. All right, open it back up. Now, we're going to take one of these corners in, right to that center crease that you made, and you're going to push it down real nice. Try to get that point real tight right there. Run your fingers along those edges so you have a really good crease. And then you're going to do it to the other side. And for those of you who fold paper airplanes, you'll know exactly what I'm doing. So, you should have two corners folded in like this. Great, easy peasy. Open it back up again. Now, refold back on that middle line again so you're back and you have a triangle again. At this point, we're gonna find that folded edge right here. This is where you want to take your pen or your pencil and you want to make a mark. About 1 inch up and about 1 inch on the tail. You can see this. So this is my folded edge. I made a mark here on this folded edge and a folded edge here. Those are going to be our guidelines not to cut. You'll see why. Grab your scissors, and what you are going to do is you're going to cut straight up. One, and you don't want to cut past this folded line. You want to cut right to it. Give yourself, see how good you are at measurements, about a ½ inch between each cut. And you're cutting straight from the bottom right up to that folded edge. What you're making are his ribs. So we'll keep going until you get all the way up there. Try to keep your lines as straight as possible. You'll want to angle your scissors, but try not to. Remember, if you cut too far and cut off his tail, start over. You'll have a tailless fish. He won't work so well. Now we're gonna open it up and you're gonna have something that looks like this. Super easy, right? Now, if you have glue, a glue stick will work. Any type of tape, anything, even a stapler would work. We're gonna put our fish together. And the way we do that is we're gonna take these two outside flaps, and it's actually gonna go one flap over the other. And that's what we have to put together with tape, glue, or a stapler. Today I'm gonna use glue. So you don't need a lot. Just go down like this and flip your other over. Now you can set your salmon on the table and you can get your little hands in there and press it down. Okay, there you go. It's gonna take a couple minutes, but he'll stick. You should end up with this. This is a really good time to start bending him. Get all those little creases. This big part's his head. So get all his little spines apart, move him around. Be gentle, remember he's paper, he'll break. There you go. All right, perfect. Now we need to give him some character, meaning eyes and fins. Take your scissors, cut off that nose. You don't have to cut off the nose. You can have a pointed nose salmon. It's up to you. You're the artist. Now, we're done with the body. Got to pick a new color. Too much green, he'd be boring salmon. You need to have color. Any color you want. Remember, you're the artist. You get to pick it. We are going to start with his mouth first. So, what I'm going to do is do a big oval. You don't want him to have a huge tongue like a frog. You just sort of want him to have a nice sized mouth. You can have something like that. Now we need to give him a tongue. So we're going to do the same thing. It's not rocket science, you just need to cut out things so they look good together. Remember, you're the artist, so my other color is gonna be a little smaller. And you just cut it a little smaller, just like that. See? Get all that out of the way. So, now I gotta put his tongue together. Put my two pieces together like this. Little glue. Now, you gotta put the tongue in his mouth. The back side of his tongue, just one little bit of glue. Tape works really good here too. Get it in there and just press it down. Give it a little time to dry. While that's drying, we can make the eyeballs. I'm gonna make mine yellow. So, cut out a piece of paper, a nice long rectangle like this, and fold it in half. Then you don't have to cut two separate circles. We're gonna cut two circles out of this. They could be big eyes, they could be little eyes, it's completely up to you. I'm gonna cut big eyes so my salmon can see where he's going. Got two eyeballs now. You can either use a pen to color in some eyeballs, or we can use some other colors and cut out two more eyeballs out of a different color, however you want to do it. But since I'm doing a demonstration, I'm just gonna go ahead and color these in real fast. What I did was I drew a circle and did a circle inside of it so he could have a pupil so he could see where he was going. And you just want to repeat the process. Circle, doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to get fancy, you can give him eyelashes or give her eyelashes. Give him a little glue. Make sure you make his eyeballs go in the right way and that he's not looking backwards. He looks sort of funny. Get that on there. Give him another eyeball. So, now, while they dry, you should have two eyeballs and a tongue so far. And a bendy salmon. You keep on wanting to bend those ribs for you. There you go. Okay. While the eyeballs and the tongue dry, now we want to go to fins. Any color you want. So our tongue is orange. Let's do orange fins. All right, big long piece of paper. Once again, we're going to fold it in half so our fins turn out being exactly the same. Same idea with the eyeballs. Cut them at the same time. You can use your pen or your pencil. Make it super easy on yourself. See the side that's opened? Just simply draw out a fin. This can be as large or as small as you want. Not very hard. Okay. And just cut along your lines. It does not have to be perfect, but it always makes it easier when you give a guide. All right, two fins. And while we're at it, we're gonna do the tail. So what we're gonna do is cut out another piece. Like this, nice big box. Fold your box in half. Some people like to call this hot dog fold, not hamburger fold. And we're gonna draw just one side of our fin, and we're gonna draw up and down. That's all we have to do. You can stop and look at that if you need to copy it. Now, make sure you draw on the bendy side of the fin. You're gonna see why, or the bendy side of the paper. When I cut it out, it'll look like the tail fin, hopefully. Ta-da! See, that's what you get. Perfect. Now we can put them all on. So, the secret with the fins, put just a little tiny strip of glue right on the edge of the fin, because we want to give the fish a lot of tail and a lot of fins. There you go. So, back one. Take his little tail and just plop that right there. Squeeze it on there. The glue should dry clear. You can tape it on, and if you tape, you want to tape on the bottom side. So tape it on. Take your little fins, set one there, set one there, and then just press down lightly. All right, don't play with him yet because his fins will fall off. Give him a little time to dry, and after he's dried, make sure you work on, and there you go. You have your bendy salmon. Enjoy.